Savage Dragon 65 from August of 1999. So this is another issue that Erik Larsen was able to reuse from his 1980s graphic fantasy run, specifically issue number 2. So we'll be doing a side-by-side comparison with these books. First, the credits, though. We got Larsen, obviously, with Chris Eliopoulos letterer, Ruben Rude colors, and Josh Eghorn is credited as Overfed, Long-Haired Leaping Gnome. I had to look that one up, and it's a reference to some lyrics from the song Spill the Wine. Maybe you've heard it. I remember it from the pool party in Boogie Nights, but I'll put a link in the description. So moving on to the story here. Last issue, issue 64, we met Marcy Howard, and her and the dragon have started dating. And then we also saw in the cliffhanger here that the possessor, Simon Kane, he's broken out of prison or whatever. He's the guy that was featured on the cover here. Though he's looking a little different. He's kind of mutated now than the last time. He's like by some radiation or something like that. Anyway, so Dragon is retired from being a superhero, and he's brooding at the window, watching the rain. And then Marcy and his daughter Angel kind of snap him back to reality here, domestic reality, as they are ready for dinner. Now here's a familiar page. So the next 3 pages are straight from issue 60. This is when the last time he fought the possessor who had taken over this other body. And so yeah, the next 3 pages are straight from that issue 60, except this was a full page splash, and now it's just like a half page, just like the original over here. If I can keep up. This is getting confusing. I got too many damn books. So yeah, man, The Rock here is like, what's going on, dude? We know all this. We've seen it before. So he's in the place of the audience here. And Sergeant Marvel is like recapping this narrative for the SOS, his team, because he's telling them that the possessor is back and only the dragon can stop him because he's immune to his power. So they're going to have to try and talk Dragon out of retirement. So he sends Barbaric to ask his old friend and teammate for help in their time of need. And Dragon tells him, no way, get lost. So kind of an asshole. So this is pretty funny. So, Barbaric is the one who's sent over to talk to the dragon, but in the original version, Mako, the Shark Man, is the friend who visits the dragon. So he's a villain in the new series, but back in the day, Mako and Dragon were teammates. So more of his teammates are calling for help here. Star gives Dragon a phone call, but he hangs up on him. He's just trying to avoid his responsibility, which is kind of out of character for the dragon, in my opinion. Like here, so we're listening to a story on the radio, a news story about suicides caused by the possessor. And he just kind of turns it off and hops in the shower with his girlfriend. Like, I'm not going to worry about that. But slowly, he's starting to come around. There's kind of a running dialogue in this issue between Marcy and the dragon about his responsibility to his family versus fighting bad guys or whatever. But meanwhile, this dude commits suicide right in front of them. He jumps in front of a car and unalives himself. So now I got to talk about this guy. This is John Day. This dude with glasses and a mustache. He appears in the background of almost every Erik Larsen book. He's got a huge list of appearances. So Todd McFarlane used to put Felix the Cat in his backgrounds, but Larsen, he does John Day in the background. So I think I can find him here. I just grabbed different books to see if I could find John Day. Sure enough, there he is, laying down in the grass in issue 66. And here in issue 60, you can see John Day back there. And back in issue 64, let's see if I can find this guy. Up in the corner there, John Day. Trademark glasses, bald head, and mustache. So anyway, this is the most noteworthy appearance of John Day. But he'll be back, probably far back, and you won't ever notice him again. So we got some more arguments between Marcy and Dragon about him fighting for justice. When the fight comes to him, Angel is watching her favorite Zippy the Pinhead on TV when Mighty Man bust into the apartment, knocking Dragon down to the street below, where all of his friends are waiting to kick his ass, including, like, you got Zeke and Hercules, we got Thor, Captain America, Superman's in there somewhere, Spider-Man, The Thing. They all just want to whip Dragon's ass. So he is knocked out. And, yeah, there's the comparison page there. He is knocked out. And he wakes up in the secret hideout of Simon Kane, the Possessor. And he goes on this long rant about how he is just like the dragon, and that all the people that he has killed are evil, and he's making the world a better place by removing all evil from the world, which just includes killing off all of humanity, leaving only superhuman peacemakers. So Dragon is so upset that he needs a full-page splash to kind of show off his devastation. Much more effective in the modern comic, I would say. Larson handles his light sources a little better here, and the shading, I think, is more professional here. Anyway, Dragon tells the Possessor that he's got it all wrong, and that he is nothing like him, and that he makes him sick. This is enough to send the Possessor over the edge, and he kills himself. He just impales himself on this spike. Kinda anticlimactic. So Dragon and Marcy, they have one last conversation. Can she come to terms with Dragon being a superhero again and coming out of retirement? In the original graphic fantasy, she accepts his decision, and they have a dramatic make-out session here. But in the new comic, Marcy leaves him. She can't handle the chaos and the danger. So she says adios. Pretty smart lady, considering that most of the women Dragon dates end up dead. So pretty fun issue, especially side by side with the original here. But let's check out Fanatics. We had the birth announcement last issue of the Heliopolis twins, but now we get a picture of the newborns there. Pretty cute. There's also the return of Olav Beamer, famous Fanatic. He's disappeared for like 25 issues, but he writes in again after a 2-year hiatus to complain about issue 63. So welcome back, Olav. Nothing else too noteworthy. We got the usual strips: Dragonbert, Megaton Man, and finally Desperate Times, which will wrap up this one. And issue 66 is next.